Well, I got done watching the first episode of Shield Hero. An anime that people are talking about that, much like Goblin Slayer, has been melting snowflakes like a hot summer's day, suddenly appearing in Alaska thanks to global warming. And not in a good way. Or in a good way. For me. So to answer a question that was never asked, do I like Shield Hero? Hey, watch the fucking video to find out, alright? Fuck.
Be gone, fuck!
What you say? What you say?
Tate no Yuusha no Nariagari, or The Rising of the Shield Hero, is a light novel originally published in 2013 that got both a manga adaptation in 2014 and an anime adaptation that just began airing in 2019. Hold on now. Wait. 2019? It's the current year! What would you know? We're out of the dark times of 2018, what with hook-nosed Jews being killed by evil cis men in Goblin Slayer, awesome service-filled hand jobs like Gridman, and even away from awkwardly animated shit Emoto trash. Things can only get better from here.
You raped me!
I beg your pardon.
This guy. I was about to get in my car in Holborn. He was bombed out of his skull. He raped me in my own car!
I'm sorry, this has got to be some kind of mistake.
Oh, no mistake. And then he dragged me into the alley. He raped me there, right? And then he said something like, third time lucky. And then he raped me in the park.
Okay, that's enough.
That's what I said. That's enough.
Fucking whores! Fuck this goddamn anime! God damn it! It's the current fucking year! Why can we never leave the darkness that is the current fucking year? How can you do this to my nigga now, Fumi? Fuck! Okay. Give me a sec, okay? So seriously, this fucking anime should be called That Time I Got Teleported to Israel.
Queens!
It's not bad, but man, does that title not do it justice. Already in 30 minutes I want to hang myself just so I won't have to see this poor spoilated soul get any more squashed into the mud than I already have. But here's a contradiction. I really fucking want to. I need to. Because it'll make me stronger. It will allow me to gain the mental strength to not be turned at the sight of my own foot, clad in steel boots, stomping your skull in as I rob you of your prized possessions, and fuck your wife. And I have no idea where I'm going with this, but god damn it did this anime make me feel like shit. Not in a bad way, mind you, or did it? Was it in a good way, or was it both? I don't fucking care, I'm just here to enjoy this guy's suffering. While slowly tearing out my own heart at the fact that I'm watching a man literally become a disgruntled MGTOW before my very eyes. Shield Hero is about Naofumi Iwatani, a college student who was summoned to another world when he basically read Mein Kampf.
That's why I prefer!
And is summoned as one of the 4 heroes, each wielding a weapon of sorts. Except for him. He has a shield. Each hero is given a group of people to adventure with. Except for him. No one wants to party with the guy who uses a shield.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Well, it's not all bad, because one woman chooses to join up with him as his only party member. Sounds legit, right? I mean, there's no way this will come back to bite him in the ass. Fuck you! I hate this bitch! I wanna fucking skin her alive and feed her skin to starving children in Africa as I have them ritualistically dance around what remains of her preserved skull! Fuck! No, stop. Yo, fuck, please, you must come down. Fuck you, please. I'm not fucking doing this shit. You must continue the review. No, fuck you. It's not even a fucking review. It's a first impressions. No, sir, please. You do not hit me with that. Please. You must come down and continue. Please, security. Please, you must help. You motherfuckers aren't fucking paying me enough. Nobody's fucking paying me enough to fucking sit here and watch this goddamn shit. Fuck you. Subscribe to my Patreon. I'm not paid enough to watch anime that destroys my soul! Now look, I like women. Even bitches. In anime. And when I say that, I mean I like to fap to them. And in my mind, pump and dump them on the fucking streets like the dirty used cum rags that they are. I mean, I'm not that picky of a degenerate. I like my feminine shit too, brah. There isn't much that I won't fap to. I like my Rias Gremories. I like most of the Love Lives. I like some Mona Lisa. I like that one chin hair on Kevin Spacey's face. I even like me some receding hairlines. I'll fap to it. But this bitch isn't even worth a single sperm cell, even for a pump and dump. And don't get me started on this fucking fag here. He's basically a picture-perfect replica of the average harem anime protagonist, male or female, who happens to white knight women all the time, and the fans of those characters as well. Don't worry, milady. I shall protect you from this horrid man who I am not going to give any room to defend himself.
Oh, Mr. Brave Hero, please save me from my horrible rapist. He raped me and tore my clothes off. Please believe me with my lack of concrete evidence that my pussy was shredded by this man. And also ignore the fact that every piece of clothing I have is completely untouched, even though I said that he tore all my clothes off. Even though this is the only clothes I had when I was in that room.
I mean, this shit is basically an anime version of that one fucking meme that everyone has already fucking heard.
All women are queens. If she breathes, she's a thought!
Fucking Spear Hero over here, being the biggest bitch to the bitch's bitch. No matter how ridiculous the situation is, he just sits there and fucking believes whatever his bitch tells him to. In the manga, he spends his whole fucking life there trying to find excuses to hate on Naofumi, and even after the other two heroes see that Naofumi probably never did anything, Captain Me Too over here still keeps attacking Naofumi for things he has no verification on. Even after the fucking queen of the entire country casts out the bitch princess and the cunt of a father, because this country's apparently a matriarchy, Mr. 2-inch Spear here still says he believes the bitch princess, even after she was forced by a magic slave seal to not lie and tell the goddamn truth. This whole anime's first 2 episodes is basically this guy's transition into the first few stages of what the MGTOW know as Red Pill Rage.
なんだか急にツヤっぽくなってきた。でも、ごめんな、苦手なんだ。
そう？残念。
Let's be real. That's what this anime probably is going to be. MGTOW the anime. Not that I mind. And it's not bad storytelling, it's just hard to stomach. But this storytelling, you know, one that's about false rape accusations destroying men's lives, isn't good storytelling to some people, but for stupid reasons. So allow me to draw your attention to some of the controversy surrounding this new up-and-coming anime. Controversy that leaves me screaming internally on the inside from people who never know what the fuck they're talking about. And who are the people who said all this? Well, look no further than your resident cuck-faced shill, Mother's Basement. In one such series of tweets, he can be seen in his natural habitat of being a false rape accuser apologist, where he seems to be comparing Naofumi's struggles and expectations of the world he was thrust into to what Mother's Basement's views on the main character of ReZero were, or what he thought they were, that he mentioned in a 2016 Weebcast. Here, he and Digi believe that Subaru, aka everyone's favorite whoopee Groundhog Day time traveler from 2016, was expecting life to hand him everything on a silver platter.
Mob Psycho 100 is a good example of a show that deals with somebody who's at Subaru's age, basically, and is going through a more adult growth period.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a good example of a show that I connect more with Mob, especially because specifically what Mob's trying to do is to become physically fit. And because what Mob recognizes from the beginning that Subaru doesn't recognize is that Subaru takes the whole show to figure out, oh, I have to become what other people want and not like try to, make everyone help me. I have to try to help them. Mob immediately realizes that if he wants people to like him, he has to come to them. He has to become the muscly guy because no one cares about his psychic powers, He lacks entitlement, which is what, ReZero is all about, beating entitlement out of this guy. Mob immediately recognizes that entitlement's a bad thing.
Mob is all about beating the entitlement out of all of its villains.
Wrong! You should have gone for the head.
Here in his tweets on Shield Hero, he makes the same claim of the titular hero, claiming that Naofumi's own laziness is what made said woman falsely accuse him of rape.
You fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
So, Mother's Basement thinks that any time someone falsely accused on a college campus is put through the runners, it's because he was fucking lazy. If that doesn't convince you that Mother's Basement is a total twat, and full of the most asinine logic I've ever seen, then there's about as much hope for you as there were for people who still think Smosh is in their prime. So I ask you, what about this makes you think it's anything to do with his own laziness that got him in this situation? He was doing just about the same shit as the other three heroes were doing, which apparently if you read further into the manga, you'd know it was nothing short of jack all. He was falsely accused. Nothing about Naofumi would have stopped this fucking astronomical queen from taking him and metaphorically raping his life into a giant manhole cover and leaving it to die. You can't fucking take ReZero and claim that Shield Hero is a copy-paste of Subaru McSalted Bitch Tits' own fucking story without giving any logical reason for it, which you gave nothing. You gave the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. The only thing that tops this, to me, is probably when Pedantic Romantic talked about Goblin Slayer and Jews.
Goblins themselves have a long history as a Jewish caricature, being hook-nosed creatures who hole up in their caves hoarding wealth.
This is why I think the anime community should die in some capacity. The current people in the anime community, bar a few choice people, should be forced into obscurity the same way that the Brony community tossed Conrad Collins out into space like it was a Trigger production anime, and never to be seen there again. Mother's Basement, and probably Pedantic Romantic eventually and his very exceptional posse, have done nothing but completely misrepresent almost every anime they talk about, and in an either conscious effort or unintended effort, destroy any enjoyment people might get from this anime that talks about things that they just get so very triggered by that you could smell the fresh gunpowder oozing out of their rectums. I can guarantee you that this anime will have them shitting all over it more than they might already be doing by the time this video is out, and they'll be sicking their rabid fan bases out to fight on their behalf in the battlefields of the comment sections of videos, of Twitter threads, and even 4chan threads, I'm sure, and light those places on fire with more ferocity than the fucking flames of Donald Trump attacking California. 'Cause we all know Donald Trump controls the weather. Ain't I right, Mother's Basement? But it's not all bad. The anime does have a lot of promise, and I haven't seen enough of the manga to know fully just whether it will disappoint me in some capacity or in all regards, so I'll avoid on that part. However, on the first episode or two, I will bring to question a few things. Like, what the fuck happened to the rest of this guy's stuff? You'd think that the kingdom would at least have some kind of explanation for that, if they were going to try to make some kind of false rape accusation, and having no explanation might put a hamper on that. Also, I'd like to bring up just how shoddy this bitch's story is. If her clothes were ripped right off as she claimed, and the only clothes she had were the set of armor that she was wearing, wouldn't you think it would have a little bit of visible damage to show? Not even her slutty nightwear has any visible damage or signs of a struggle being taken place on it. They didn't even bother bringing any actual witnesses, and just had the woman decide everything without any decent evidence. God damn, this anime is a perfect representation of Israel's justice system. You know, the place where it's against the law to punish a woman for falsifying evidence.
Инструкция Генеральной прокуратуры Израиля, согласно которой жертва сексуального насилия не должна привлекаться к суду за дачу противоречивых показаний. Фактически это означает, что оклеветать мужчину женщина может безнаказанно.
The kingdom really is just a filthy matriarchy. But in all honesty, jokes aside, I'm holding some decent hope for this anime. I like that it's taking time to actually touch on a subject matter that I don't normally see touched upon normally in anime. False rape accusations, especially when the information on said rape accusation is spread, can destroy a man's life. Time and time again, we see people believe a woman was raped on the woman's word alone, and end up ostracizing those men who are accused, false or not. If you want to take a man's life and destroy it, just for your own petty brownie points, then you should check out this anime. It's got you as one of the most prominent antagonists. If you're one of those guys who went through this shit yourself and had your life turned upside down and ruined on an accusation alone, like a lot of men who went to college, I'm just saying, check out this anime. You're the main attraction. Because one day, this anime will shed light upon the world. It will undress the curtain that blinds you to the truth. That 2D waifus can and will abuse you, as they take hold of your bland self-insert OCs, and strangle what little life you breathed into them. You believed yourself to be safe in the world of 2D, but you merely put yourself into more danger than you ever thought possible, where your enemies are even more hidden as they take cover behind the veil of perfection. They'll falsely accuse you of rape, falsely accuse you of assaulting them, and divorcing you for your child support checks, until you are on your knees, prostrating yourself before their unholy wombs that birthed your miserable, disgruntled, disfigured cesspool of alternate reality genetics you call your 2D children. And you will despair, wallowing in your own self-induced misery. All because of your own foolish naivete, until you take what little strength you have left to hang yourself upon the highest building in all the 12 universes. Until that very moment when you feel the last feeling you'll ever feel, as your head snaps off of your now lifeless body, and the last thing you will ever hear, accompanied by the last thing you'll ever see, is, "I never loved you, Anon-kun."
I'm not paid enough to do this.